Hello everybody, Luke from the Stronghold Podcast and from Stronghold MMA. I have another technique I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how Islam Makhachev was able to finish his Kimura against Dan Hooker today. And I'll show you the positions he finished it from, how he was able to finish it, and give you some tips on how to use your Kimura, how to tighten your Kimura up, and also maybe what Dan Hooker could have done to defend the position a little bit, okay? And it kind of goes back to what I said in my last video about Khamzat Chimaev, is that he wasn't quite using his legs enough with the defense. So the first position we're going to start off in is the butterfly half guard, which is the position that Hooker was using on Islam when he was able to lock up the Kimura. So let's start there. Okay, so this is the position where Islam Makhachev was able to start to get the Kimura. And you can see right now I'm in the half guard. Okay, Charmaine's got her bottom leg inside still, and her top foot is in a butterfly hook. Okay, so we call this the butterfly half guard. Okay, and they were in this position, and Hooker's doing a good job of trying to get this underhook. Okay, if Hooker can get this underhook and he can kick with the butterfly hook, he's going to be able to potentially get the sweep. So what happened was, in this position, Hooker's trying to use this underhook to get up to his shoulder, but Islam is very, very heavy and he's low on this arm. I want to put my armpit like below the bicep. It makes this hook very weak. As she cranks it up higher and gets her shoulder closer to my shoulder, the threat becomes worse for her to sweep me. So I want to stay low on her belly and neutralize this underhook. So what he started to do is, when he felt Hooker coming up with the underhook, he grabbed this wrist and he starts to pin it down to the body, to the mat, and then he locks up his Kimura grip here. Okay, now Hooker's still got the butterfly hook. What Makhachev needed to do is backstep and clear this leg, but what Hooker didn't do was elevate this hook. He didn't keep it tight to the leg. So Islam was just simply able to step back and clear the guard, and now he can start to attack this Kimura. What I would have liked to have seen Hooker done is put this foot on the mat and then bridge and kick this hook when I go to backstep, like that. And then Hooker would be able to come up and start attacking Makhachev's back. But the problem is this hook was not sticky enough. So when he stepped back, because the connection wasn't strong enough, he was able to clear the foot. When you do this move, put your foot on the ground and do a single leg bridge. So see how she's bridging with her one leg? And while she's doing that, she's going to elevate this butterfly hook. And the combination of the power that she gets from bridging with her hips and elevating the hook gives her more height, so I can't just simply step over it. So she brings her hips up, then kicks, and then has a very powerful sweep. So Hooker's in trouble here because Islam already has the arm isolated, but the most important thing when you're in this situation is that you don't get your guard passed. And that's exactly what Islam was able to do, because again, just like the last video, Hooker's focused too much on the upper body defense. You must learn how to fight defensively with your legs. It's one of the most important things in MMA and in Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? So, Islam has the Kimura here. He's able to step. He gets to the side control when he turns. And I'm going to reset her here. So we've got the Kimura here. Okay? Now, in order to finish this, Islam needs to step over the head. But as Islam starts applying force here, Hooker sits up really, really tall and makes it difficult for him to step over. Okay? But what he was able to do was turn his hips, and he got so much pressure. Put it behind your back, Charmaine. He got so much pressure on this, he shot his bottom leg through and then is able to step over the head. So if you're wondering why Hooker was sitting up, it's because he's trying to do everything he can to block me from getting over the head. The other thing is, the other defense is to flatten your back so I can't crank it behind you. But the problem with that is now there's more space for me to step over. So when finishing your Kimura, you always need to have a plan to get that leg over, and then now we can start cranking and go for the finish. And this was a brutal Kimura. It looked like Hooker's shoulder was about to break. I couldn't even watch the finish because it was so brutal. But that's why you see Hooker sitting up like that, because he knows that as soon as Islam is able to clear the head, the submission is going to be over, and the Kimura grip was so tight that it was just only a matter of time before he was able to step over the head and eventually finish the Kimura. So, just a quick little video going over some details that I saw in the fight that I thought were interesting, especially Hooker trying to play the butterfly half guard. It is a very good guard, but you need to make sure that your hooks are really sticky and that you learn how to get that single leg bridge mechanic, which is extremely important for any butterfly guard, butterfly or butterfly half or anything like that. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you to my wife, Charmaine, as always. You guys have a good day.